was upstairs. What was that?
Whistle. Can we go check that? Because that's... Whoa. Do you want us to go?
I'm back. And we're already laughing. I am back with the fabulous Susie and the fabulous Zoe. And we are at the farmhouse that I ran out of a few weeks ago. So we've come back for another session. But I've got some backup this time, so...
Backup?
We're building the energy.
High five.
Yeah, Susie farted. So, yeah, we're back. And because I had an interesting night, and we thought we'd give it another go. Was that noise upstairs then? I know there is a bat upstairs, one or two. I'm going to take my hat off because I can hear better with my hat off. There's a couple of bats upstairs.
Yeah, we'll know though. We know what we're looking for.
Yeah, a bat can't make a big loud bang.
No.
Unless it's a blind bat. Well, they are blind, aren't they? Pretty much.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. A deaf bat flies into walls. But yeah, we've set up the REM pod upstairs, and we've got a couple of K2s set about, and I've actually, on the windowsill up there, I've put my night vision camera looking at the hallway, because it was upstairs that I got all the activity last time.
I've put my bell out.
Kiss me quick, bell. Yeah.
They might want a kiss.
Yeah, we'd love them to go off, wouldn't we?
Oh God, yeah, because you can't explain that.
No, you can't. No, that's something definitely pressing it.
Well, we're stood in here, so shall we try calling out in here? Hello? If you don't remember me, or any of us, we'll let you know our names again. My name's Susie. I'm Zoe.
I'm Steve.
We've come to visit you, if that's okay. If you want to talk to us and let us know that you're here, could you make a nice loud noise?
And I'm stood next to the height chart. I'm a lot taller than Mum was.
Is that the REM pod? That's the REM pod. Steve, that's the REM pod.
It's temperature. But I didn't think I'd set the temperature, to be honest. I must have done.
Okay.
I'll turn that off actually, because I don't normally set the temperature. Thank you if that was you. Temperature on the REM pod. I didn't realise I'd set the temperature. So that could be quite easily explained because it was getting colder.
Okay.
So while it's been in my bag, I'm surprised it took that long, to be honest, but normally temperature,
Oh yeah, it'd be warmer in your bag.
you're warmer in the bag. And
to be fair, you don't normally have the temperature.
No, I don't,
You
no.
can't trust it.
No, because as the night goes on, the temperature drops anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only really work on a warm summer's evening. But it took a while, 3 or 4 minutes into that.
Because I said, can you make a loud noise?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, when I heard the noise, I didn't put two and two together.
I didn't think it was the REM pod.
Because I didn't think I'd turned it on, because it's only a little push button, the temperature, you see, not a sliding switch to turn it on. So I must have caught it, but it's off now anyway.
I wonder if then they can let us know with another noise if that was somebody setting it off.
Yeah, so if it was somebody setting that REM pod off, can you make another noise, a bang or something else? yours. I
I-
thought it was a stomach, and I
I
looked up at
think-
you, and then your face was.
I think it was my stomach. I'm pretty sure.
It sounded like a stomach.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's right. It will better. It'll be really loud on that microphone.
I'm really scared to swallow.
No, it doesn't. It's fine. I've done all my chat videos with one, and I've edited all of them.
Okay.
It's fine, and obviously I've swallowed during talking. We've only come to visit. We're paranormal investigators, and we're trying to prove that there's life after death, and we'd really appreciate your help with that tonight. To help us, if you can see and hear us, can you make a noise?
Is that a thud?
I didn't hear anything.
No.
No.
Okay.
Really quiet.
I could hear movement, but I think that's the bat. Can you hear movement upstairs? What was that?
I was upstairs.
Should we go in the hallway?
I'll stand here.
Is somebody upstairs? Could you make a noise for us?
Can you hear things?
I keep hearing moving.
It might be the bat. If it's you and you're letting us know that you're here, can you make a really loud noise? What?
This place just
I know.
plays with my head. The last time I was here, I was hearing things you weren't. And you were hearing things that I weren't. Or wasn't.
The one that you couldn't hear was that door. It was like a cupboard door, but then you
Yeah.
heard it at the end, towards the end.
Yeah.
If there is anybody here, can you make a noise for us to let us know you're here? Because we can't see you. I'm not talking to the bat either. Little Stargate hinges or something. I stood here the other day and I got some right noises up there.
I think we should stand in the hallway because that's where I always seem to hear it. The kitchen's always quiet. Why do I stand in the hallway? I'll set my candle down there.
Let me just grab my other K2 and I'll put that on stairs. I can't even bloody sit it down anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of mozzies.
It's that time of year though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think we should all come further away from the stairs? Or?
No. How it's always been, when I've ended up in the hallway, I've always stood here and whoever I'm with is like you were stood there, most of maybe you come in a bit, I don't know.
So we're not overcrowding back.
Might be intimidating.
Yeah, that's
Spread
what
out
I was
a bit.
thinking.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. We don't know.
Oh, no one knows anything, do we? We're just all experimental, it's all theory. What were some of the names on the wall, Steve? Was there John? I think one was Stephen.
Stephen and Johnny. Yeah, Stephen and Johnny.
Do we have anyone here of the name Stephen, or did you know Stephen? Do we have anyone here of the name Johnny, or know someone called Johnny?
That could be the newspaper settling there.
Yeah.
That was a whistle.
It was a whistle.
I think this calls for another one of my voiceovers. This whistle, I've listened to it over and over and over, and it doesn't, to me, sound like a human whistle, but it also doesn't sound like a bird to me. Now, I've got some friends that are ornithologists, and I've sent this clip to them, and they confirm to me that it's not a bird that they recognise or sounds like a bird. So I'm not sure what this whistle is.
Can we go check that? Because that's... Whoa. Can we just go check?
I didn't even
That was a
hear
whistle.
it.
That was a whistle.
That was a whistle.
Where?
I don't know.
I didn't hear it.
I heard a whistle.
Okay, let's go. We can go. Okay.
See anything? No.
They'd have to be right up with the house because we're in the middle of a field.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
That was a whistle.
I heard that.
Yeah.
Oh, the mics picked that up.
I've just said that because they're new mics, aren't there? And I haven't.
I think they will have, because if we heard it, if I heard it...
The mic should have heard it, and I don't have them on sound cancelling, so. Okay.
Yeah.
I asked for Johnny, didn't I? I said, are you Johnny, or do you know someone called Johnny? You right?
Yeah. I'm just looking to see if I could see any sign of light out there. I know that it's massively bushy out there out that door.
I know what you mean though. Did we hear someone whistle? We just had to check no one else was here. Could you whistle again?
Was that in there?
Wasn't the door.
Well, what the hell is that? Okay.
So is it Johnny then?
Yeah, because I asked again, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just then, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Mine's gone.
You said, is it Johnny? Or is anybody here that knows Johnny, or is Johnny?
Okay.
Another one just did it again.
Is somebody in the kitchen? Could you make a noise again? There was one in here.
Right, okay. I was just going to say that big tap, could it have been the door settling after you closed it again? And the catch dropping?
Right, door's come open. Door's just come open. Well, I didn't put the catch down this time. I didn't put the catch down this time, but I will.
That was the wind.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, so that's the catch is completely down there.
Okay.
I didn't put it down after I'd been out before.
At least we know if someone came in now.
But that doesn't explain the tap that was to your right.
No, there was a. Did you hear it?
No, I didn't.
It was small. If you've been making these noises, obviously we're just having to see if it could be other things. But if it is you, could you knock on something nice and loud so we know it's you? We just want to know that you're here with us. We've been hearing noises every time I speak about Johnny, and we don't know whether they are responses to this or just a coincidence. So, I'll ask you right.
I've just heard the bat upstairs.
There was a bat upstairs,
Yes,
then, was there?
yes, squeak.
Okay, that wasn't the whistle.
No, that
was
wasn't
it?
the whistle earlier, no.
I was going to ask do bats whistle, but they don't.
No,
do
it's
they?
a really high-pitched squeak.
It is, yeah, and that don't know it was.
No, it wasn't a whistle, that was a...
It was.
Yeah.
Coincidence. So, I'll ask you right.
I've just heard the bat upstairs.
There was a bat upstairs,
Yeah.
then, was there?
Yes, squeak.
Okay, that wasn't the whistle.
No, that wasn't the whistle earlier, no.
I was going to ask if that's whistle, but they don't.
No,
do
it's
it.
a really high-pitched squeak.
It is, yeah, and that don't know it was.
No,
a
it wasn't a whistle, that was a...
It was.
Yeah.
That's amazed me.
Yeah.
It was your way.
Was it? I thought it came from your way.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And I didn't hear it.
Was there a noise in the kitchen then?
Sounded a bit movementy.
I thought it sounded like running.
I always feel really on edge in here. Where did it come from? Was it from the kitchen?
It was somewhere to my right.
just spoke about Johnny. So, okay, are you Johnny? Did you know Johnny? What's that?
Was that like a double knock?
Or a rumble?
Do you know what? On my EVP upstairs, I had loads of double knocks.
You did, because you showed me them, didn't you?
Yeah.
I heard that one.
Duh-duh.
Yeah.
Like that.
Again, though, I've just asked, did you know Johnny? So, was Johnny a member of your family?
Copy this. Can you copy this sound?
Just going to move that camera in this doorway. Sorry. We'd love to know that you're here with us. Anything you maybe have, give us, thank you. But we need, that was your tummy, wasn't it? We need things to happen on cue so that we know it's you. We don't mean to sound demanding, but we can't see you, like Steve said not long ago. So noises would be amazing.
That is right in there, isn't it?
It is.
I think that's what you said, isn't it? That's Andy.
Andy.
So,
Because you can see an N there. That's an N. That's a D. And that's a Y there.
yeah,
Or Mandy.
Mandy. So I thought that said something. I thought it was a W or an M. A-N-D-Y. But then there's more writing.
Oh yeah, there
here.
is as well. Mandy is. Then there's more down there, is there?
Shall we ask? Or is it graffiti, do you think?
But
No,
then
no.
there's some here as well. No, they're not. No, I'm sure I saw something over here as well, but that is definitely what I saw.
Mm.
Something there.
Is there someone here called Andy?
Or Mandy.
Don't you find with this place you just need to listen?
I think this place would be what I experienced the other day with that lock off for 10 minutes. The amount of noises I got on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some may have been the bat, but
Yeah, but
not the
there's some
double
that- yeah,
bangs
no.
and those footsteps I
No.
had and
No.
Come on, please, if you are here, please do something for us. If you have already done that, then thank you, but if you can do something loud for us. We'd appreciate it.
kind of want to hear that whistle again.
Can you whistle? Could be the bat though again.
Sorry, I keep forgetting about that.
It's only got to fly past some wallpaper hanging off, hasn't it? Flapping up
It's
wings and
footsteps we need to hear, isn't
yeah.
it? If you could be quite loud, if you're upstairs, could you stomp on the floor? Could you knock to let us know what room you're in? It's a beautiful home.
Needs a lick of paint and a hoover.
That's all. Maybe a bleach. There's a flora. Spread.
Shake and vac.
Yeah, shake and back. It's such a beautiful house. I imagine it to have been a very happy home. I always picture a lot of people in here. Not just, do you know what I mean? Like a full ass family. Yeah, hustle and bustle in here.
Kids running up and down.
Yeah, they were teenagers as well, because I think, because some of the not wallpaper, posters upstairs are motorbikes and
Yeah,
NFL. Did you see the NFL poster upstairs?
Yeah, there's a Manchester United.
Manchester United thing.
Yeah. Maybe obviously they were Johnny and Stephen.
It's ironic, my brother's called John.
And you're called Steve. How strange.
I know.
Was Stephen and Johnny your boys, your sons?
Upstairs.
It's the bat.
It could be.
It's rustling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm hearing? I reckon it's the bat.
On wallpaper.
Yeah, because I heard it when we were.
See, I heard that the other week.
I reckon it's the bat on wallpaper. It got me a bit.
Yeah, I heard those noises the other day.
Yeah, I reckon, yeah, it has to be the bat. What is it doing? Just settle down. God.
So uncomfortable.
I think there are a couple of them up there as well. They probably have a scrap. Who's getting the better room for the night?
You had this one last time.
Yeah. She's got a ship up this way. Please help us tonight. I mean, to be fair, that whistle.
Yeah.
I feel
That-
really
I mean, not-
grateful actually.
Obviously, I know birds, and it wasn't a bird that I know.
That sounded people whistle.
Yes,
That
it was a person whistle, that
whistle
was.
there,
Yeah, it wasn't a bird.
But there's nothing it's a good 10-minute walk back to the car. 5-10 minutes. Between 5-10 minutes walk back to the car, to the road. And the road doesn't have a path either. You wouldn't hear that anyway.
No, it's somebody. No.
Whistling. Because the whistle was like it was near. It wasn't a loud whistle like someone was really going for it. It was just a normal whistle. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't hear that from down there.
No, too far.
did hear thudding upstairs then though.
I heard a thud.
Upstairs. Zoe's tummy went and then it was after.
Was your stomach a thud?
Yeah.
Ah, that's what I heard then.
And then I think there was something upstairs. We need to know this is you if you're trying to talk to us through noises. If you can use your voice, it would make things a lot easier because we would know that's not the bat. But we're assuming you can't. If you can, then feel free to. But we need loud noises so that we know this is you.
I'll touch the red light.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, go towards the red light on the top of the stairs.
There's a stick, isn't there?
Yeah, sticking up, a silver stick. If you go near that.
It won't hurt you, it just lets us know that you're here. Makes a noise.
Can't have it going off twice though, can we? We're not that lucky.
I know, it's not even a week ago that went on.
Not for me though.
I'm wanting it.
No, I know.
I'm wanting it.
You will it, don't you?
So last time I was here, somebody shouted in my ear, didn't they?
Yeah, because I didn't hear it, but the mic picked it up.
What, you heard a voice?
We was literally stood exactly how we are now, and it was in. I think I was stood here.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
in my
it was.
right ear.
What?
Yeah.
And your mic's picked it up as well?
Yeah.
It was a scream in my ear.
But that's not what my mic picked up. I picked up a voice, but it wasn't what Zoe described. But it
Bloody hell.
was. I think this camera was at the end there, and I was stood here with this, obviously, boob cam, and yeah, it was right in her ear. It was female, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God.
It wasn't that loud on the mic at all.
But
I think it was for Zoe that.
It made me jump, didn't it?
I did not hear it at all at the time.
No. But all the people who watched it heard it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
So, for me again, could you please touch that silver aerial at the top of the landing and make it go off? Because I've not heard that go off before. Please.
Can you hear movement?
Just sounded like a car close by, but is that?
No. We would really, really love it if you came forward to us. What would be nice if you made a noise down here. There's bats upstairs. So if you made a noise down here, a noise,
Yeah, we know it was you.
we would know it's you. Can you knock on a piece of wood in the hallway or
In the kitchen.
in the kitchen?
What was that?
Whistle.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I actually don't know. I think it was my way. But it was quieter, that one.
It was quieter, that one.
Did you hear it? was just a exactly like that.
I can't say it was a whistle that I heard, but I heard a noise.
Okay. It sounds like it's coming from out of the house though, but there's nothing.
I mean, it could be an owl.
Could it?
Yeah, but not like we heard before. That was
Not
that was a
first one.
whistle.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you do get some owls that Tony owls make obviously a twit to woo.
Yeah. It could have been. I didn't even think of an owl. Look at you using the mirror.
I know. See
That's
that?
brilliant.
Tactical look. Just lining it up right. I can see in the mirror. That way, look.
You can start bringing a mirror out now.
Makeup mirror.
Yeah. I really want to hear you whistle again. That one I've just heard, and well, we all heard. I don't know if that was you or Steve just pointed out that could have been an owl. But the first whistle we heard was a whistle.
Yes, it was. Yeah, didn't sound like a bird.
And if that was you and not an owl, then great. But could you just do it one more time, but nice and clear? Oh my god, you made me jump.
Fucking made me jump there.
Sorry. It's because it was a sudden movement.
It was all quiet and then you moved on.
Oh. Do you remember when I was at that care home with Explore called Simon, and he had these headphones on because he's got this machine and it makes him be able to hear things louder, and he was hearing noises.
I could do one of them.
You could actually, Steve, yeah. But yeah, he was hearing noises, and he was like, "Did you hear that knock?" And it was like it was more of a tap for us, but it did sound like it came from down the building. But then Craig was sat next to him, and he moved.
And he jumped.
He did. He was like,
He was on the
fucking hell, I
ceiling.
thought- He was like starting
Yeah.
in glass and all sorts. It was so funny.
We're back.
Right, so this wasn't a vision, but I've just had a feel of a lady stood on the stairs on that corner bit in her dressing gown with pink slippers on.
Pink slippers.
Right. My camera was there,
Yeah.
and I bent down to pick it up, and I thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye, and I spun round and flicked torch straight onto the stairs.
And there was nothing there.
There's nothing there, but I just thought there was something on the stairs.
And you just said you saw that as a vision.
It
Yeah,
wasn't really a vision, it was more of a, it was in my head.
Like a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd seen something and I spun instantly with my torch.
Yeah.
But I never said anything because I thought, oh, I obviously didn't.
No, but it's weird that you see.
Yeah, now
You
you've.
feel you've seen something on the stairs, and Zoe's had like a
Feeling.
A feeling.
I
Yeah.
don't know how to describe it because it's. You're right.
I thought I saw a dot of light.
Okay.
It could be that in my eye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it just made me look.
Yeah, it wasn't a vision. I can't call it a vision. It was more like a feeling.
Yeah.
But it was a vision, if that makes sense.
I
Does
know
it make
what
sense?
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Stood on that corner.
Hmm.
Is somebody on the stairs? If you are, can you make a noise on the stairs?
Turn my hearing aid up.
I feel that it's residual in the house.
Make a lot of sense. That, especially what I heard the other week.
I do feel it's residual. I think a lot of places that have a haunting, if you know it is a haunting, I think most of it is residual. I
Mm.
think intelligent hauntings are very rare. It's only a thought. I don't know, do I? But it's just when you hear a noise, you ask them to do it again, and it doesn't happen again. It is weird though that we seemed to have got responses for Johnny like 3 or 4 times.
Mm. And why Johnny and not?
But then I've had seemingly getting responses about Stephen when I've been here before. I think with you or with Josh.
Mm.
It was with us, wasn't it? I think it was with Josh as well, to be honest. I can't remember. Definitely got responses to Stephen and not Johnny.
So why on the different nights is it different?
If it's residual. No, because if it's not residual, if we're getting responses and it's not residual. It's
Or is it? Are they coincidence responses sort of
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah. That's why I'm like, we need to know it's you, so make a loud noise. But I mean, they might be trying. They
Yeah.
might be banging and slamming on things or screaming in our faces, and we don't know. Or they might not even know we're here. Or there might not be anyone here at all. But I do think there is someone in this house. I mean, the footsteps that I've heard that Steve's caught, it's like, that's footsteps.
The whistle.
The whistle tonight,
Mm.
that was weird. That first
Mm.
We've enjoyed our visit. I wish that we'd heard the whistle again. I do think the second two we've probably figured out what they are.
Yeah, the first one was different though, I think.
Yeah.
I'm hoping anyway.
We might know more in editing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll let you know. If I hear it, I'll know whether it's a bird or not.
You'll look at it before me, so. Do you think the loud knock in the kitchen was the door?
No, because the door was latched.
Oh, and then you took it off the
Yeah, and then I
latch,
took
and
it.
that's when it opened.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, we've had that knock then in the
Mm.
kitchen. Sorry, I got confused. I thought it wasn't. on
No,
the
it was
latch.
the second time after we went out for the whistle. I didn't latch it then, but the knock was before the whistle, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was.
No, it was after.
It was after.
All right, it might have been the door then. I can't remember.
We'll know when we're over it. That's so funny.
I thought the bang was before we went out for the whistle. I can't remember honestly.
I can't know. No, it was after.
I'm sure it was after.
Yeah, it was after. Steve will message me tomorrow. I knew I was right. It was before.
Women are never right.
No.
We're always right.
Because we're out.
But yeah, it's been different again.
But this is the thing though, like, I feel we've had something. Steve feels like he's had something when he's been here. I've been here with you, with Josh and with Sean, and it's been interesting with all three, but I've always said you can go to the most haunted house in the world and nothing happened for you.
Yeah. On the night, though, on a specific night, how that is dictated, who knows?
It
But,
might be
yeah.
like maybe
Yeah.
because if things happen on a certain night, it'll be something to do with a residual haunting, right? Maybe on that night something happened. Maybe there was an argument in the house that's lingering, like imprinted, like a really bad argument. Do you know what I mean? And then it plays in a loop or something. I don't know. But you could get residual energy in a house, I believe, where no one's died. It's just if a house has had trauma in it, I think that energy's imprinted on the walls.
Yeah.
It's the same with, say, haunted objects. I think you could have an object that's, say, haunted, but nobody's died with it. It's just, say, a doll, right? If it's a haunted doll, a little girl or a boy has cried with that doll, slept with that doll, laughed with that doll's been everywhere with them. So much energy is going to be imprinted on that doll. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want us to go? If you want us to go, just make a noise for us. Nice and loud, please. It's just so quiet.
What was that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so quiet.
What was that?
Right.
Yeah.
It's just so quiet.
Okay, so once again, I've listened to this strange noise over and over from various different angles. I've listened to it from what we heard on the mic downstairs in the corridor, and I've also listened to it from what the EVP recorder caught on the landing, and it's a lot louder on the landing. So I do believe that this is the bat that we saw up there, or bats making that noise. You can hear movement before it, and then the hisses. But it just goes to show you how misinterpretation can happen, because I would have sworn blind on the evening that that noise was right at the side of me, to my right. But when you look where I am stood, I'm stood at the bottom of the stairs, and the noise came, if it was the bats, the noise came from upstairs. So that noise could have echoed down the stairs, which would have appeared to me to be right next to me. But I could have sworn on the night that that was really at the side of me. So it just goes to show that misinterpretation can happen. But it does appear to me to be the bats, unfortunately. Right at the side of me, that.
I heard that.
I've gone shivered.
What was that?
I have no idea.
You see me, I looked that way.
I have no idea. Honestly, I've gone shivered, because that didn't sound.
Right near you.
That didn't sound. That was like.
Right, yeah. No, sorry, like, wait, like.
Yeah.
Was it a bird?
No.
No, it was right next to it.
It was really close to me.
Does that mean they want us to go?
Honestly, I've gone
Yeah.
goosebumps all down my legs, because that was so close. That was somebody stood at the side of me. That noise right at the side of me.
I asked him to make a noise if
I'm
he wants
hoping
to
that
go.
if you'd have said it would have been somebody in the doorway. It was that close.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, that's how far I heard it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I even heard it because I looked round
Yeah.
the side. That's what
I mean, I don't know what it was, but it was a
Yeah.
sort of thing like
Your mic should have 100% picked that up. Well, maybe that's our cue. Okay. What do you think?
that. Yeah, if that was you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's hilarious.
This is 3 times now. It's recording. Sorry, I've done this outro 3 times now and it's not been recording, so that's why Susie's wetting herself. Right, we're done. We've packed up and we're going to leave, but it's been interesting and hopefully we've got some stuff on the locked off cameras that we'll see on the edit. So thanks very much for watching and see you on the next one.